In the name of God, the merciful, the kind, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. When we talk about creation, it is important to understand how the Torah, the Gospel, and the Qur'an differ from one another when it comes to explaining how this world began. The Christian and Jewish narrative of creation is different than the Muslim one. And even though Christians and Jews disagree on certain aspects of their faith, they agree on one very important thing, and that is the story of creation as it appears in the Torah. This is the story that was later expanded upon by the Christian theology. Muslims, however, have a different account of the creation of this world as it is explained in the Qur'an. So let's listen to these stories side by side so we can understand the differences between them. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was moving over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." So there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place that the dry land may appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth vegetation, plants yielding seed and fruit trees bearing fruit according to their kinds, each bearing fruit in its season, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their own kinds, and trees bearing fruit, whose seed was in their fruit, each tree according to its kind. And God saw that it was very good. And God said, "Let the water swarm with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open spaces." And God created great sea creatures, and every living thing that moves and swarms in the waters, according to their kinds, and every bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So God made the earth and the heaven. He made man in his own image, the first human being. He made the first human being male and female. He made all the animals, all the birds, everything that is on the earth. And he made all this in 6 days, and he rested on the 7th day. That is the story of creation, as it is found in the book of Genesis, chapters 1 and 2. But what does the Qur'an say about how God created this world? Listen to the following. Say, "Indeed the course of humanity is known. I create humanity, I create jinn, I create man and woman, a believing man and a believing woman." To get this straight, the Qur'an does not deny that God created the heavens and the earth. But the Qur'an does not stop there. The Qur'an does not just copy the Torah or the Bible, it goes further. For example, when Adam was created, the Qur'an says that he was created from a different material. It wasn't clay, as some people think, but rather it was from something called da, which has been interpreted as meaning either a smooth, soft clay, or a solidified dust, or even sperm. What we find in the Qur'an is that God breathes the soul into Adam, and then he becomes a living being. The Qur'an also talks about the creation of the heavens and the earth, but it doesn't take 7 days. It happens in less time than it takes for a human to blink his eye. It says, "Have those who disbelieve not seen that the heavens and the earth were created in order that humanity may be tested and tried, to see which of them are the best in deeds?" The Qur'an also mentions the creation of Adam, but it doesn't mention the creation of Eve from one of Adam's ribs. Instead, it says, "Remember when your Lord said to the angels, 'Indeed I am going to create a human being from a substance that is not of you.' And it was not until Adam had been created and God breathed into him of his spirit that the angels prostrated themselves before him in submission." So notice the difference. Muslims believe that God created Adam and Eve, and they both became believers. It is only logical to conclude that if God can create the heavens and the earth in less time than it takes for a person to blink, he can also create a human being in less time than it takes for a person to breathe one breath. That is why Muslims do not believe in the theory of evolution, because it contradicts what the Qur'an says. Muslims, Christians, and Jews all believe in one God. They all believe that God created this world. But there are differences in how this world was created and how long it took. Hopefully this short video will help you better understand the differences between the three faiths. And if God wills, we will continue to make more videos like this so that people around the world can learn more about Islam and how it compares to other religions. Assalamu alaikum Washington Rahmatullahi Washington Barakatuh.